Hello and welcome back to Dukascopy TV HQ. Up next in the studio to discuss the cereals market is James Dunsterville of AgFlow. James, thank you so much for coming in today.
My pleasure.
Okay, now first off, recent reports have suggested that farmers in the European Union could sow 4% more soft wheat for next week's harvest, meaning that should weather permitting, it could prove the region's biggest crop for 6 years. What price action are you expecting? And similarly, when would you expect speculative trading on this news to begin?
Well, I think we already know well that the farmers are planting more. They always plant more when they see that the prices are good on a forward market. Whether they're going to produce a fantastic crop in the summer of 2014 for the Northern Hemisphere is we will not know until Mother Nature tells us. So we've got a lot of things to happen between now and next July. So what's going to happen to the prices? The prices at the moment are reasonably flat because we don't have anything to really get our teeth into. So we're going to have to wait to see whether Mother Nature plays a game for us.
Now, obviously, this is great news for wheat, but what about for the grains industry as a whole? We've had the Global Grains Conference in Geneva of late. What's the outlook looking like for this market? The
outlook is good. The markets are very encouraged about, first of all, when prices are reasonably good, then everybody is happy. The industry has consolidated a lot. We see the big players probably getting bigger but widening their horizon from being closer to the producer as well as closer to the consumer. So I think the industry is healthy at the moment. As far as the speculative side, that will be very much dependent, as I said earlier, on the weather and nothing else.
There's also been a lot of discussion regarding subsidies within this market. In the US, they're being labelled a grain drain. Over in China, there are plans to expand subsidies. And in India, again, it's thought on the negative side to be exacerbating an already volatile market. Where do you sit in this argument?
Difficult one. It's a political argument and has a lot to do with the domestic scene for different countries. The United States now are less keen on some of the subsidies because they had the ethanol boom, which helped their farmers, which is what they wanted to do because they had to stop direct payments to farmers, so this was a way around. The EU did the same thing with the bioenergy operation. India and China, again, they want to keep their production going, especially China. China desperately needs to be as close to self-sufficient as possible. So they're going to use every means that they can in order to make sure production is good. This is healthy for producing more food for the world. The politicians will argue that this is distorting the prices, but they will always play the game that suits them.
And if we look lastly then at the whole cross-section for cereals, rice, barley, maize, wheat, what's your pick for Q4 and perhaps even as we head into 2014?
I think at the moment you would have to pick the major commodities being the wheat and corn. Massive crops this year on corn. The year before, total drought in the United States. So we can see that there's a very big opportunity for corn to play a leading role. Wheat is a stable diet food, and so I think that those two would have to be the pick. Which way they're going to go from today's markets that we've got at the moment, very difficult to read. Nobody is showing too many signs of pushing it one way or the other. If I had to sit here and make a prediction, I think the downward risk perhaps is limited, but there's nothing to show that we should be moving the market up at the moment.
James, great to get an insight into this market. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure to be here.
Well, viewers, that's all we've got time for right now. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.